Inherited Roths. This is the stretch IRA concept. Google stretch IRA, especially stretch Roth. Here's how a Roth works. If you inherit a Roth, you can take money out of it tax-free immediately. Right on the cue. Thank you, Viv. And because of that, I'm only going to mention the bathroom incident 19 more times instead of 25. So you're earning your way out of this. She's a good sport. You notice I don't do that with, again, Latin women. So if you inherit a Roth, because normally to qualify for tax-free distributions from a Roth, it has to have existed for 5 years and you have to be 59 and a half or older. If you inherit a Roth at any age, you could be 4. You can take money out tax-free for the rest of your life immediately. In fact, you're required to. There's what's called required minimum distributions. An inherited Roth, unlike a regular Roth, you are forced to withdraw the money. How do they come up with the formula? They take your life expectancy based on actuarial tables and say you got to take out this much per year. So let's think about 2 planning angles on that. First of all, let's say you're considerably under 59 and a half. In other words, it's going to be a while until you can pull money out of your Roth tax-free. And you may not want to. You may want to just keep growing it. You're considerably under 59 and a half. Arrange to inherit a Roth. Even if it only has $2,000 in it, what can you do with it? We've talked about what you can do with only $2,000. Arrange to inherit a Roth. Now, there are a couple of ways to do it. In my family, it's easy. Well, part of it is. There are really 2 criteria. Do you hate the government? Right, in my family, we got plenty. And this is the delicate part. And I think you're not going to live very long. That could be a real buzzkill at dinner. But I've had clients do it. Usually with relatives who are very well off, very financially savvy, would engage in this kind of planning. Relatives in their late 80s or 90s. Inherit a Roth. I don't recommend this. I have seen some people do it. They took it a little far, I thought. They actually trolled the old folks' homes. They found a reason to pay someone compensation for some consulting. I don't want to know. And then they put just $500 in the Roth and then sat and waited for that person to kick off. And they had their $500 seed, little seed, but they could take money from immediately and started growing it. What's another turnaround on that? How do you pass your assets on? Passing a Roth, whoever gets it should love you a lot. And you pass it to someone very young. You got to coordinate with estate tax issues and generation skipping tax, but you pass it to someone very young. Why? Because the younger they are, the longer the account lasts. Right? If you're 4 years old, let's say your expected life is 90, that's 90 years tacked on to the existence of that Roth IRA. Where if someone inherits it when they're 80, and not so much. Right? Questions. Giving you hopefully a lot to think about. Guys, I don't want to do any more rentals outside of these accounts, and I'm especially focused on the 401k. I practice what I preach.